Most people can talk for hours about football. This team, that player, this score, that match, as if it actually changes something. But you're the one who doesn't watch. And you've probably heard, wait, you don't like football? But what if not watching reveals more about your psychology than about the game itself? Psychologists call this value dissonance, when society gets excited about something your brain simply stays silent to. That's not rebellion, that's self-awareness. People who don't watch football usually fall into one of five types, and each type reveals something about how their brain works. They don't hate football, they just feel nothing when watching. Everyone screams when there's a goal, jumping out of their seats, hugging, crying. And you? You look around wondering, what are they so excited about? You're not pretending. You genuinely don't understand. Psychologists call this vicarious emotion, the ability to feel excitement through others' success. And the brain of this type? It's simply not wired for that. They have what's called low external validation needs and high self-determination. Sounds complicated? It's simple. They don't chase belonging through shared emotions. They don't need to cheer with the crowd to feel connected. Their dopamine comes from personal progress, not from watching strangers score goals. And here's the interesting part. When someone asks, "Why don't you watch football?" in their head they're thinking, "Why should I care about people I don't even know?" They're not cold. They just see no reward in watching others win. Imagine, you're sitting in the living room, family going crazy over a penalty, and you're calculating what to do with these 90 minutes if you had a choice. You're not antisocial. Nothing's wrong with you. You're an independent thinker. And research shows people with internal locus of control, those who find validation from within, tend to have higher well-being and are less affected by external circumstances. You're not cold. You just get dopamine from your own progress, not from others. But there's another type. They used to care. Used to watch every match. Until they used to care. Used to know every player's name. Used to set alarms for 3 a.m. matches. Used to argue about which team was better. But at some point, they saw through it. Not gradually, like a snap. They watched a match and instead of passion, they saw multi-million-dollar transfer deals, ads every 5 minutes, players faking injuries for penalties, fans ready to fight over jersey colors. And they asked themselves, why did I ever care about this? Psychologists call this existential detachment, when entertainment no longer feels meaningful because it lacks real growth or purpose. That's when you realize, cheering won't solve my problems. Celebrating a stranger's win won't fill the emptiness inside. And more importantly, these players don't know I exist. They don't care about me. I'm just one of millions giving them attention. And money. Imagine, you're flipping through channels. World Cup final. The whole world is watching. And you? You see brand logos on jerseys, VAR drama, pundits arguing about nothing. And you change the channel. Not because you want to be different, not because you're edgy or too cool, but because you've seen what others haven't seen yet. They don't reject the game. They reject the illusion that it matters more than real life. And that's not cynicism. That's awareness. You stepped back, not from arrogance, but because you've seen the truth the entertainment industry doesn't want you to see. But not everyone becomes disillusioned. Some have simply redirected their attention elsewhere. They don't hate football. They just don't need it. Their excitement goes elsewhere. Games, cars, music, movies, anything that triggers more curiosity and emotion than a ball on grass. And here's the thing. They didn't choose to be different. Their brain is simply wired differently. Psychologists call this diversified stimulation patterns. The brain gets dopamine from variety and personal relevance, not from spectator sports. Football feels repetitive. Team A versus Team B. Score, celebrate, repeat. Same thing next season. But a new song? A great movie? A complex game? Their brain gets novelty, mastery, and connection all at once. They don't lack passion. They just direct passion toward worlds that feel alive to them. Imagine, World Cup, family gathered, big TV, Cheering. You? In the corner reading, or gaming, or scrolling Instagram. Mom looks over. Why aren't you watching with everyone? You want to say, because my brain is seeking stimulation elsewhere. But that sounds too weird. You're not antisocial. Nothing's wrong with you. Your brain just craves variety and personal relevance, and football doesn't deliver that. And then there's a more straightforward type. They don't hide behind psychology. They're just real. There's a type that doesn't need complex frameworks. They're just honest. Why should I watch millionaires kick a ball when I'm broke, unemployed, and stuck? Watching them live the dream only makes me feel worse. Football isn't an escape for them. It's a reminder of the gap between their life and the life on screen. But there's another subtype in this group. They're not broke, not unemployed, just practical. It's just football. It doesn't solve anything, doesn't change the world. Tomorrow I still have to go to work. Psychologists call this the lens of practicality and emotional protection. Why invest emotions in something that gives nothing back? That's not bitterness. That's psychological honesty. Imagine, Monday morning, colleague turns to you. That match was intense. You nod, smile. Yeah, great game. In your head, I have no idea what you're talking about. You've mastered the art of nodding along, perfected the skill of pretending to care. And you wonder, am I weird? No, you're not numb. You're just tired of illusions. You don't need entertainment to escape. You need reality to move forward. But there's one last type that most don't mention, and this might be the most powerful one. There's a type most don't talk about. They don't hate sports. Actually, they love sports. It's just, they want to play, not watch. Saturday, everyone's watching the match. You? Lacing up, heading to the court, hitting the gym, playing basketball with friends. And when someone asks, not watching the game? You want to say, why would I watch others play when I could play myself? Psychologists call this direct dopamine preference, the difference between participatory and spectator engagement. There are two types of dopamine: vicarious dopamine, the feeling from watching others do; direct dopamine, the feeling from doing yourself. This type's brain? It craves direct dopamine. Watching feels boring, passive, detached, like wasting time. They want sweat, not snacks on the couch. They want heart rate up from action, not from anxiety over a team. Imagine, weekend, everyone posting about the match, highlights, reactions, drama. You? Posting about your gym session, your 5K run, the basketball game with friends you barely won. End of day, you feel fulfilled. Body tired but mind refreshed. More fulfilled than any match could bring. You're not anti-football. You're pro-action. Your brain isn't broken. It's wired to live experiences, not watch others live them. And here's the most interesting thing about all 5 types. All 5 types share one thing. They all have value alignment different from the crowd. Not watching football doesn't mean you're cold. Doesn't mean you lack social skills. It just reveals your source of dopamine, vicarious or direct. And here's the truth. There's no right way to respond to entertainment, only the way that's true to yourself. Those seeking external validation will try to fit in. Those who know themselves will find what truly resonates. So who are you? The self-focused thinker, who finds dopamine from within. The disillusioned observer, who has seen through the illusions. The redirected mind, who finds stimulation in other worlds. The honest realist, who refuses to escape into entertainment. Or the active player, who wants to live experiences rather than watch. Whoever you are, here's what matters most. Not watching football doesn't mean you're cold. Doesn't mean you lack connection. Doesn't mean your brain is broken. It just means you know where your dopamine comes from. And in a world where everyone tries to fit in, the one who dares to know what they want is the one who's truly free. If this video helped you understand yourself better, like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos about human psychology. And comment below, which of the 5 types are you? I really want to know. See you in the next video.